It's a blessing and a curse. We share our big anniversaries with this wonderful country we live in, the United States of America. And so our 150th, yes, it's also America's 250th. And there will be a lot of national work celebrating America's 250th. But we want to make sure the story of Colorado at 150 is told throughout our state. And it's a wonderful story to tell. And today I'm signing an executive order that will direct all of our state agencies and departments, and that means everything: Department of Agriculture, Department of Transportation, even some that might seem less glamorous, like Department of Regulatory Affairs or Department of Revenue, also have stories to tell. Guess what? Department of Revenue, for instance, runs our state lottery, so there's stories to tell. And we're going to charge each agency to incorporate the 150th Commission, many of whom are here, your goals in how they can be part of telling the story of Colorado at 150. That involves reimagining existing events. For instance, our state fair actually predates statehood. We had our 150th state fair in Pueblo 2 years ago. It was a great celebration, but they also, utilizing, for instance, the state fair, it's run by the Department of Agriculture, they will be part, for instance, of telling our 150th anniversary as a state. So we want to bring together all of these resources that we have as a state. Obviously, History Colorado and their affiliate museums and their outreach, but so much more that the state is involved with. And we want to get everybody on the same page. So reimagining existing events, using resources we have to honor the milestones we have, support these celebrations. If there's something that Coloradans have in common, it's really our great pride of being Coloradans. Whether you arrived, whether Colorado came to you, as it did for many folks in southern Colorado that were part of Mexico prior to the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Obviously, our Native American brothers and sisters who were here for thousands of years before that, or whether you're first generation like I am. My parents came in 1970. I was born a few years later. Or whether you arrived last year or last week. Everybody is part of Colorado's success, and we want to tell all of those remarkable stories. And it's a Colorado for all that's collaborative, it's inclusive. We know that creating a Colorado for all doesn't just apply to our reflections and celebration of where we are, but also our excitement about the future and positioning Colorado for an even more amazing 150 years. We're joined by State Representative Barb McLaughlin. Thank you for joining us. And all the way from Durango, so thank you for joining us. And we're going to make sure we tell the story of Southwest Colorado. And really, there's so many great stories of our state, right? And that's what the challenge is. I mean, here we're learning about the story of the Black community of Boulder, and I'm, as a native Boulderite, I'm learning a lot about the history here, some of which predates when my family moved here. But there's so many parts to this history. I mean, whether Hispanic Coloradans, Native American Coloradans, Jewish Coloradans, rural, urban, Western Slope, Eastern Plains, so many wonderful stories to tell and reflect on. Fundamentally, 150 years of success. We are a successful state. Doesn't mean we're perfect, nobody is, but we're one of the healthier states. We have one of the lowest unemployment rates. We're relatively prosperous. Again, not everywhere all the time. We're ahead, we think. We like to think on social justice, first state to allow women to vote by a vote of the people. So we are moving forward. By the way, first city right here, gay marriage, 1975, just a few blocks from here. Very first gay marriages in the country. So we're ahead of the curve on these things. But we want to make sure that we tell all of those wonderful stories about Colorado. We don't turn 150 every year. In fact, most of us, I guess I was 1 year old in 1976, but I don't remember 1976, of course. Some of you do. Some of you remember that, the bicentennial of America, the birthday here. But this is something that is only a once-in-a-generation opportunity. I mean, there's not another big one, basically, for 50 more years. I hope I'm here. I guess I'll be 90 97 or 98, but many of us won't be here in 50 years. So Ramona will be here for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But we want this to count. I mean, this is for this generation. This is the one. This is the one that our people will remember. My kids will remember. We will remember. And we want to make sure it counts across the state so that Coloradans everywhere can take part in these exciting celebrations. So this work, of course, is broader than just the state agencies, but what we're going to sign here today will really galvanize under an executive order all of the resources the state has to be part of telling this story of our 150th. And there's more work to do. I strongly support the commission's work. We're looking forward to working with the 250th federal work as well, and we want to make sure, as again, we don't want to make sure our kid's birthday is lost just because it's Christmas Day. So we're going to tell the 250th, but we are also going to make sure that we remind our folks here in Colorado this is a celebration of who we are as a state, the centennial state. And I'm excited to sign this to get our state agencies to work in supporting the goals of the commission. Here we go. If the commission members could join